Alright, I'm live. I'm here. You'll maybe hearing Zion's shouting in the background. Um, the problem is my phone battery died, so I restarted my phone and I'm showing the group the usual spot suspects will be saying live, live, live. 1 minute past 7. Yep. So the usual suspects will be going off right now. Where is this live video, sir? Yep, link, sir. There it is. Um, it's coming. It's coming. Phone starting up, starting up. It would be nice if I could see my page. Hey, don't update now, no. Oh my god. That'll be a disaster. So yeah, if you're watching the video now, just skip ahead maybe about a minute or so or two. Yeah, videos, got it, share, copy, Sabrina, rolling eyes and thing. Yeah, welcome to Red Group. Not to go and get Blue Group. Blue Group losing it too. So I won't be able to go live tonight. I'm very going to come to some question two in Matrices. Haran Walker, question two in Matrices. Yeah, so we'll be doing a bit of that. Let's bring one of this. So tonight I'm hoping that we can be really interactive. Alright. Just now, so you there, never mind. I'm just sending to the other group, guys. The payment pending group. There we go. Right, so all is well with you. It's coming. Alright, let's see what's going on here on this program. Good night, Natty Cakes, Melanin Puppet, Matthew, Danny, Sahana, Amelia. Natty Cakes again. So you like looking like you in the clouds. Oh my god, say this guy. Darren, Christian, Daniela, everybody. Hey Daniela. Feel like I didn't see your name in a while. Debbie. Good night, everybody. Everybody. So when I teach matrices, hopefully the echo not too bad because I just moved in out of the mosquito room into this room, which is still under construction, but it is that's the filter giving it that kind of look. But it is much better than the mosquito room right now. So we had to live this life a little bit with the echoes until I soundproof the room. So it'll be better for recording. But I think it's much better already. Good night, Carrie, Selena. Matrices is sometimes a problem for people. And you know, we did the basics, like the real basics, like just what is a matrix, rows, column, equivalent mean. Then we did like operations. addition. I want to put multiplication separate. Then we went on to some more complex stuff like inverse. Then we finished off with using the inverse to solve simultaneous equations. So this is what we do so far. There's one thing in this we kind of left out, one simple thing. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's matrices there. But wait, there's more. So matrices has a little more to it that I'm not teaching right now. So let me just make this a little smaller. Filter. Maybe if I'm brighter. So we can live with that. Another part in matrices is this is like a round 2. So round 2 is transformation. And this one topic, transformation. So using matrices for transformation, which is basically the same. But what I like to do is stop here and don't go into round 2 yet, because when we tap back in matrices and we kind of taste back all of this and then hit transformation, everything has just come together more. Everything has just come together. So what we have done so far is 1, 2, 5. Also, to recap part of the syllabus, we have done, well, this is the 20th class. 20th class. Wow. So why is in the chat for 20 classes? In the first class, I wouldn't be able to name all the classes, but we would have done question 1, which would be arithmetic, and consumer arithmetic. There is a reason why I'm stating all of this. Arithmetic, computation and numeration, bases, a whole heap of other stuff that we all with fractions, significant figures, decimal places, that kind of thing. We dealt with everything, ratio. Then we went into consumer arithmetic, which was a fat and long topic, and we had to do over some topics whole week. So that was the next whole long thing. And then we started question 2, which was just all about algebra. And we spent some time in algebra. We did the whole of basic algebra, which was fun. So we finished off with the tough topics in algebra being quadratics and simultaneous equations. Then we went into construction. There were some fun classes as well. A lot of drawing taking place there. And we do everything that can basically come in construction. I feel like 1 or 2 people were still fighting up at the ending of construction, but a good portion of the class was acing questions as well. So, but it's there. It's always there for you to watch, practice back, and do assignments and check out different questions from the textbook. Then we hit them matrices. Alright, so and we did all the basics in matrices, just leaving out transformation as the only thing we leave out, and we're coming back to that in some classes indeed. So this here represents about 40 to 50% of the syllabus. 40 to 50%. Just because algebra is such a massive part and takes part in everything, and we spend so much time on it, 40 to 50%. This message was deleted. Somebody said something out of time. Oh my gosh. Mary, sorry for being timed out. I don't know how you get timed out. Anyhow, so good night, sir, and everybody and everyone. Okay. Anyhow, so yeah, so that's it. So now you need to know that we are going to get test number 2. We already did one test. We're going to get test number 2. This is going to be on Sunday. The test is going to be available from midnight, from Saturday midnight. So Sunday morning, so from 12 a.m. and it will be late from about 9 a.m. It's going to be on everything, and you need 1 to 2 hours to do the test. About 2 hours to do the test. So look out for that. I want everyone doing the test. This will be a good idea to see where you are at. I will be giving questions that will be like exam style, so it will be a really good idea to see where you are at. So everyone look out for this test on Sunday. We will try to mark it very quickly. Don't play Nash. I'm looking to get green buzzard for health just now. 9 p.m. That's my bad. Look what I'm trying to erase it. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. people. So it'll be tested pretty quickly, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So you have the whole of Sunday. I mean, some people look in some dread shifts, but I think between 12 a.m. Saturday night, Sunday morning to 9 p.m. on Sunday, you must find 1 or 2 hours to do the exam. Everybody can kind of squeeze out that 2 hours to do that exam, right? So that'll be a good idea to see where you are at in 40% of the paper 2 for CXC. Very good, eh? So some more, just to give you a little more idea of where we are at. The entire course should take about 50 classes. We are on 20 classes. Now, by the way, if you begin to count how many more weeks till exam, how many more weeks till January exam is very short. How many? Still sounding real bad. What, echoing? You're not making out what I'm saying? I will need to bring in some more stuff to pad up the room. Maybe during the break I'll do that. Or if my throat sounding bad or something. Let me know. But if it's the echo, I can't do anything about it right now yet. So if you count the weeks from January to May, there are about 16 weeks, 16 workable weeks. And for the rest of the year, there are about 10. So there's about, using your expert math skills, there's about 26 more weeks till exam. That's very short. A year is passed so fast, and you just have half a year getting close to exam. But we need about 30 more classes. So what does that mean? That means during the crash course, it's important to attend because we'll be doing lots of past papers and knocking off some of the classes like in the crash course in terms of past paper content. And before the exams like April, Easter holidays, Carnival holidays, possible too, we may be doing 1 or 2 extra classes inside just to make sure we have a comfortable finish down the line. In the middle here, we still have plenty awesome stuff to cover. We still have vectors. We still have most of geometry. We still have trigonometry, as with sine, cosine, tangent, Pythagoras theorem. We still have functions, which is a massive topic. Relations. We still have graphs. You know how everybody loves anything with graphs. Echoing, when it's time to sign up for private May-June exam. They didn't release the date yet. It wasn't, I had a class here yesterday, and the echo wasn't that bad. Why is the echo bad today? Maybe it's this door here. Let me just see if I can put some up. Alright, check. Okay, this is much better. It's not echoing as bad. Alright, so tell me if this is better. It's not echoing that bad. I just bring in more things in the room temporarily, and I don't need also. It's in echoing around the room. Alright, so this is just to get an idea of where we are at. So we already finished the first 20, so like about 40% of the syllabus. That's what we're going to get tested on. Not really, but okay. But this is what we're going to get tested on Sunday. So in this class, what we're going to do is just a little piece of matrices that we left out, and then I'm just going to be asking some questions and helping you all to revise. A big problem with students is how to revise, to understand how to revise, to remember. Some people never learn how to study that well. So I do have no idea where to start revising. All right, so let's go on the topic that we left out in matrices, just a tiny topic. We want to talk about examining the determinant. So you didn't answer me. Why doesn't answer the big point? What's the question she asked? I haven't seen any questions. So did you share early squad, etc. already? Yeah, I shared the early squad, but I didn't share the top people. Let me see. What is wrong with me not sharing the top people? Let's see. Before we start today's class. Right, so what I have after every assignment is how people do in each question. So I'm able to analyze which questions are giving people trouble, what type of questions, and you'll see those questions popping up more in the future, just to see how people are continuing to do those questions and stuff like that. So the top people, the top performers, and this exercise was less people doing it than last week. Do over, so we got the link late. Do over. Jamar, Jamar boy, Daryl, also hitting 100%, and 92%. Greenboard Bantan, Sadja, gosh, 88, and Michelle, who I think it's, I don't think it's Michelle, I think it's her. I don't think it's Michelle, but this is the name on the account. Michelle with 83%. So congratulations to these. As you see, we're getting more and more higher than 80s. So try and be in the above 80s brackets next week. When we do the exams. Try and get above 80 in the exam. If you get above 80% in the exam, that's a good place. So what do you, when you feel like you can't pass a certain mark threshold? I do practice. Well, if you're not passing a certain mark, you have to try and do something that I was not doing before. You have to try something that I wasn't doing before. I used to get that same feeling. So, do over, so we got the link late. Do over what? I didn't do anything, and I just talk about, well, I did talk about, like, I just give an idea of where we are at, where we still have to go, that kind of thing. So you can just watch over that after the video finish. Growth. So I come into that. I come into studying ideas and things just now. So let me just get this matrix. See this thing out of the way. Examining the determinant. Copy. Peace. Alright guys, examining the determinant. You see the determinant has a little trick with it. If the determinant is 0, if the determinant of A equals 0, this is what we say. A is a singular matrix. You may have heard this already. Why isn't the chat if you heard this already? If the determinant of A is equal to 0, A is a singular matrix, and it also means something else. What's the next thing that this tells us? It tells us one more thing. What's the next? Anybody know? What's the next thing that this will tell us? So if the determinant is equal to 0, by the way, what's the determinant? The determinant, if the matrix was like A, B, C, D, the determinant, we could write determinant of A, or we could use the fancy symbol like this, determinant of A. The determinant of A is AD minus BC. A by D, take away B by C, right? So the next thing that it actually tells us is that there, nobody write it yet, is no inverse. So you can't find the inverse of a matrix if the determinant is equal to 0. Think about it. Let's see if we can try. I'm going to make one where the determinant is, I'm going to make a matrix where the determinant is going to be equal to 0, right? So if I work out the determinant of this matrix, the determinant of this matrix is going to be AB minus BC. So it's going to be 2 by 3, take away 6 by 1. So it's going to be 0. What is the adjoint going to be? The adjoint of this matrix is going to be swap the B, the A and the D and switch the signs and these. And how do we get the inverse now? Do you remember how to get the inverse? The inverse will be 1 over the determinant by the adjoint. But what we're going to happen here? We're going to get 1 over 0. That's a big no-no in mathematics. If you try to divide by 0 on your calculator, problem. You can't divide by 0 by the adjoint. So this is negative 2. It doesn't even matter what the adjoint is. Once you have 1 over 0, you would not be able to find the inverse. So we will not be able to find the inverse. This is the inverse just what I was trying to find here. You wouldn't be able to find the inverse. So you might say, okay, that's just a small little piece of information. How is that a whole topic? That little tiny piece of information, they go in and ask the questions and that in CXC. Let me show you how. This is the part in matrices that giving some people problems, according to Ariel. So when you see that, well, from the time I put a letter, to A. So what you mean by chain sign? Did I say chain sign? That was for the adjoint. Remember, the adjoint just swap chain sign, right? From the time you put that 2A there, pressure for some people, boy, pressure. Let's put this as 4. Let's put this as negative. Let's put this as negative 4. And let's put this as negative 16. Now, I'm actually going to give people a chance to figure this out. Let's put this as 2. So this is 2A. Now, here's what these people in CXC is going to ask you. They're going to be like, what is the value of A that makes the, not capital A, sorry, common A, that makes the matrix singular. What is the value of A that makes the matrix singular? Now, you see what I tell you just now? I just tell you a tiny little piece of information. I just said that if the determinant is equal to 0, the matrix is singular and there's no inverse. And here's what they are asking you. What is the value of A that makes the matrix singular? And they have this here. So how are you going to do that now, based off of the information that I have? Are there any clever people out here, any extra sharp people out here that figured out a way to do this? Or maybe you remember this from before, you did it already in school and you want to do it? Feel free to send me. Feel free to send me in the group. Excuse. Just find the determinant. Okay, go ahead, try it out. You have to multiply it by itself. No, that's a bad way to go around. Somebody typing in the group. So you there, never mind. Okay, AJ got through. Who's this typing? That's Blue Group. So I'm waiting for people to send the answer into the group here. Anybody? Is it -4? Here comes the windscreen company. All right, let's start looking it out. If you still get it out, you can send it in the group. I mean, we never do anything like this. So I'm sure when I give you the next question, you'll see much more answers popping up. So for the matrix to be singular, for let's call this A. Let's call this E, capital E. You know, we need to name matrix. I'm going to check and see if it's -4. I didn't check. -4 to then bam boom. And -4, something kind of fishy, boy. You sure it's -4 and not just 4? What is the value of E that makes the matrix singular? So, excuse the name, I'm using my mom phone till I reach home, but this data. Danny going along some pretty serious lines there. Yes, Danny, yes. I don't know why I bring across the 32, but you're on the right track. You're on the right track. So, for, because you want the matrix to be singular. So, but for the matrix to be singular, you don't need to write all of this. For the matrix to be singular, the modulus of A, I say modulus, but I mean determinant of A must be equal to 0. I'm saying 0, 4 could be the answer. I'm saying 0 must be equal to AD minus BC. But what is A? A is 2A, and no, this is not necessarily the way I do it, but A is 2A. This is the way that Danny has there. 2A, D is -4, take away, subtract, B is 2, and C is -16. So this is going to leave us, I'm going to copy this, right? Copying this. Let's go to a new page. Peace. This is going to leave us saying that -8A minus, and you can do this in your calculator, 2 by 16 is -32, 2 by -16 is -32. So you get -32 there. Look out for the sign because this is -8A plus 32. Well done, Danny. So we have 0 like that. Now bring across the 32, or you can bring across the 8A. I will bring across the 8A. 8A must be equal to 32. This means A is equal to 32 divided by 8. So something went wrong in the signs there. Yeah. Which is equal to 4. It means, you know what we just do? We just figured out that if this is 4, this will end up being 2 by 4 is 8. 8 by -4 is -32. And 2 by negative, we actually just equate the two. You understand? If this is 4, when we multiply, we get the same answer as when we multiply this one. And the determinant, remember the determinant is found by multiplying this with this. So when we multiply this with this, we subtract this with that, and we get the determinant. So if both of them are equal, you'll get 0. If both of them are equal, you'll get 0. So the way how I do it normally is just say AD must be equal to BC. So you can start from there. Alright, so let's do it again. let's say we had X here. I'm going to make it very simple. I want everyone to understand this. Everyone. So let's say I have 3 and 1 there. No, 3 and 2 here. What's the next number? 3 by 2 and 6 by 1. Is this determinant going to be equal to 0? Yes. 3 by 2. So the determinant of A, if this matrix is called A, is equal to 3 by 2 take away 6 by, what should I multiply sign? 6 by 1. So this is 6 take away 6 equal to 0. Yay. Good? We good at that, right? But what's something? Let's pretend I didn't know what A should be. Let's pretend I didn't know what A should be. So we know that has to be 3, right? But let's pretend that's X. So I want to find the value of X that would make the determinant 0. So this is how I write it. The determinant of A, because remember we're calling this A, must be equal to AD minus BC. And then I just fill in what is in the position of A? X. What is in the position of D? 2. You understand? So X times 2 take away B is 1 times 6. And this must be equal to 0 because the determinant must be equal to 0. That's what we're asking. That's the question. What is the value of X when the determinant is equal to 0? Sometimes they wouldn't say that. Sometimes they say, what is the value of X that makes the matrix singular? They mean the same thing. So we just need to check and work out an algebraic equation. So this is going to be 0 is equal to 2x take away 6. Bring across the 6 now. 6 is equal to 2x. This will leave you with x is equal to 6 over 2 equal to 3. This is the algebra part that you should be revising, right? So once you reach here, you just use your algebra from before that we spend a lot of time on. Okay, let me give you all an easy one. And show you again. So question 1. Find the value of y that makes b singular. Find the value of y that makes b singular. Negative 3y and 6, 2. So you may be able to immediately watch that and figure out the answer, but do the working. Some people may be able to watch that one time and see that and figure out the answer. Good for you if you could do that. If not, try and work it along as I said. So send the answer to me in the group here. Hey, my pen starting to get beat up, boy. For this pen, it has seen some rough times. You have seen some rough times for you. Don't worry, I have a replacement. So you send in the answer to this question. Find the value of y that makes b singular. This matrix here is called B. So I should be seeing, let's see which groups pops first. Looking. Red group or blue group, let's see. Come Christian, you can do it for the people there. Or Danny, I don't know. So this is the last topic we have to do matrices, and then we leave the transformation for some time. The red group pop first. Danny, wow. So that is indeed the answer. It was deleted. Is that the answer? Yes, but that was the answer. I don't know why I deleted. Sajda, next, Daryl, right? Daryl, you have to watch how you're writing your statements, everybody. That first equal sign you have after the matrix is bad. And you all need to write somewhere that the determinant must be equal to 0, right? I don't think nobody write that yet. Anybody write that? Ella. Oh yeah, such that wrote it. Then you didn't write determinant equal to 0. You need to I sent it back. It was blurry. Oh, okay. Somebody gave right. So always write the determinant must be equal to 0 in some way or some form. Okay, answers popping in the group like popcorn there. Everybody so far get it correct. I see a photo get delete just now. I don't know if you got it correct. So copying this. So pasting this now. So this one is simple. We be like modulus of b. I put in a and saying b. Modulus of b must be equal to 0. This would mean, what does it mean? This would mean I could say A by D must be equal to B by C. Or I can do it the other way, that everybody in the group do it. So I'm going to do it this way for those who are doing it this way. -3 by y must be equal to 6 by 2. This is the easier way to do it. You put the AD equal to the BC, right? So -3y must be equal to 12. Y is equal to 12 over -3 equal to -4. Because this kind of starts you off in a nice spot immediately, right? So my picks won't set, literally. Christian, what's going on with you, boy? Alright, let's try our next question. So you might have to write out some answers here, Christian, on the chat. But no, if you write out the answer, you will stop some people from experiencing the discovery of the question. Is it your Wi-Fi? I think it's his phone. Okay, so let's try another question. Two, put -8 here, and you put 2p here, and you put why am I frozen? Negative, you just put 4 here. Fine. Obviously, same thing, right? So let's call this matrix capital M. Find the value of P that makes the matrix M singular. So this is one way they could ask you in CXC. This is not the most popular way they ask you. This is like a little less than half the time if they ask you, they'll ask it this way. The next way they ask you is just straight up. They'll just give you a matrix and ask you, yo, is this matrix singular? And you need to work it out and see if you're getting 0. Right? That way easier. So I'll give you some like that as well just now, right? So find the value. Wow, look at the time, 40 minutes gone already. That's because I take some time in the beginning talking about things. Alright, so find the values of P that makes the matrix singular. So I'm looking here, I'm going to look at the question that was most poorly done in the homework. Let's just revisit it. So everybody got this question who sent in the group. Everybody got Shauna, Mark Anthony, and Keziah. Is how big man right? Determinant must equal to 0. I got some Matthew. Is that right? Yeah. So the questions are given problems. Red group popped again. Red group. What is this? Oh, okay. Yo, there's a lot of questions. worksheet 2. Worksheet 2. So the average mark was 14 of the 24, which is a pass mark, but we could do a little better than that. So I'll go through some of these questions. Red group sent 4 photos already. Selena. Correct. Selena for red group first. Danny. Correct. You didn't put equal to 0. You need to put AD minus BC equal to 0. Start off. Mark Anthony and Ellen looking correct as well. Mark Anthony, your thing not loading up on my phone. Oh boy, I forgot to delete all the pictures from last time. We get P equal negative 8 here. Desire. Is my phone loading this bad? Okay, let me connect to the Wi-Fi. Yes, I'll be operating faster. No, Kizai was correct. Daryl, correct. So blue group and ready, putting out real pictures. So blue group, I'll organize it itself. And all right, so everybody getting this correct. So let's do this quickly. All right. So anybody have any questions? Let me know here if you have a question. You can put it in the chat, but let me know if you put it in chat from here. If you have a specific question and anything in the syllabus we have done already that you want us to check out. Alright, so the guy that you recommended for the calculator, does he do delivery in Trinidad? Yes. Yes, to public places. So yeah, he'll do delivery. Good night, sir. Good night, Kiana. So very quickly now, the determinant of M must be equal to 0 for this to occur. So you put A, D must be equal to BC. Faster way, right? So 2 by negative 8 must be equal to 4 by 2P. This is going to be negative 16 must be equal to 8P. Very quickly, we can see that P must be equal to negative 16 over 8, which is negative 2. So we found P and that solve it. Yeah, they asked you to find the values of P that makes the matrix singular. Now this will be like part A now. This will be like A. Bam. And then they will give you an next part or something to do. So next way they can bring a question is like they might say A. Okay, that's negative 3 6 and 4. Then there will be like B. Alright. Nine minus 4 minus 6 minus 6. And they might ask you which of the matrices are singular. So they may give you the matrix, they may not put in any letters or anything like that, and ask you which of these matrices are singular. And before they write that, they might say, with reason. With reason, which of the matrices are singular? So you need to state, can you have two equal signs in one line? You could, but you shouldn't really be in a situation for that to happen. It just doesn't really look good. But you could, like if you have, do I have that? If you have what, 3, alright, let's say we have x is equal to 8 over 4, which is equal to 2. Look, I have two equal signs in one line there. But it's better to just work down in mathematics. It's just better to practice working down. Which of the matrices are singular? With reason. So it's up to you now to check and see your force. You would be like for singularity or for singular matrix. for singular matrix, AB minus BC is equal to 0, or you'll say the determinant is equal to 0, and then you just verify by checking which one. And which one, you can answer right here in the group, which one of these are going to be singular. Hopefully I do this question correct. Yeah. So which one of these guys will be singular? You can put the answer right there in the group right here. B. Right. So B is the singular one. Because you can actually watch it and see 9 4s are 36. Since I have one negative, it's negative 36. And 6 by 6 is also 36, and it's negative 36. Once the two of these are the same, it will be singular, because it will be this, take away that, which will give you 0. Take away this will change that plus thing, blah, 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 blah. Let's check the other one. This one is like 4 by 3, 12. This one is like 6 by 4, 24. So it's not going to be, no matter, this is negative 12, but it's still, you take away and you wouldn't get 0. The two numbers have to be the same when you do the diagonal multiplication. So, good. Any questions before I start looking at some of the problems in the homework? Okay, so I'm unclear about the proper layout for this question. Here is still finding thing, and just put the equation to 0. Yeah, that's correct. Good job, Darren. So all you need to do is define the determinant and you equate it to 0. That's all you want to start. You start here. Determinant of whatever must be equal to 0, and then you put your formula AD minus BC equal to 0, and you fit in your formula. Or you can write the formula like this: AD equal to BC, and just work down. That's what I was doing for the last two. For the first set, I did it initially. Whatever. How do you identify a singular matrix, sir? You're frightening me with that question, did you say? You're frightening me with that question. This is how you identify a singular matrix. The determinant is equal to 0. This is what we're doing all the time. This is what we're doing from the start. A singular matrix, the determinant must be equal to 0. Yeah, you make my heart beat faster with that question there. So this is what we're doing all the time here to find out if a matrix is singular, the determinant must be equal to 0. So this is the topic there. Which of the matrices are singular? That. So bear in mind, this is a question that comes all the time. I have my past papers up here. This is a question that comes all the time. So let me just look at some of the past paper, some of the questions in the. Well done, Mel. Yes, this is perfect. That's perfect. So where am I getting these questions? Where am I getting these questions? You just say I don't. You just say I don't. Just say that's a real scary question there, partner. We're just doing this all the time. Mel is Jada for the while. Oh, Jada. Well done, Jada. Jada, you have too much names. You need to cut this out. You can't be doing this. This is Windscreen Company, Jada, Mel. Some people just do the same thing on Google Classroom. We doesn't know who we're dealing with. Like, who is this person? I never see this person before. Then the next thing you hear is the person anti-email, and they're using this email because they all want start stories. All you organize on yourself. You have one email. So worksheet 1 wasn't that bad. Worksheet 1 is revision. Most people score 60% in worksheet 1. Just check back what was the things to look out for. So students struggle to understand what is required. Question 2 of worksheet 1. So we need to check question 2 of worksheet 1. Many students fail to find the matrix A squared. So how to square a matrix? So let me write down these points that we're going to look at in the homework. Question 2, worksheet 1. The A squared. So A squared, what do we mean by that? Plenty of people square the individual elements of the matrix instead. What are the formulas for inverse, determinate, and for this one that we are doing? Josiah, brethren, the formula for inverse is from last week though. So A inverse is equal to 1 over the determinant by the adjoint. Sometimes you'll put in brackets here, matrix A here, right? So you can just check back last week video for that formula. And what's the next question? For determinant, the formula for determinant is AD minus BC. AD minus BC. Yeah, he just joined, I understand. AD minus, I know Josiah, AD minus BC. So, Josiah is my brethren from, Josiah is, he received some national medal and thing already. And for adjoint of A, so a little underestimate Josiah. It's D A minus B minus C. So these are the formulas here. So I think he's diagnosed with, help me Josiah, cerebral palsy, right? But he still went on to get, I think it was 8 or something subjects, even with that condition. Yeah, so he made papers, Josiah Thomas, and he was in the papers. I remember it from lives from during the exam season. So he just need to get maths, so he coming back to get maths. And I'm sure he gonna get maths next year. Just yeah, asking some scary questions, brother. Cut that out. Cut that out. Make sure and revise your work. So inverse is 1 over 8, remember I get right? What is this one? The determinant, this is just short for determinant, and this is the formula for adjoint, and that's it. Right, so yeah, back to what we are doing. The next problem is just 3 main problems. Besides making and working errors, some students are transposing inner. Oh yes, so Ariel told me to watch out for this. People, copy down the correct thing. So like people will see 2x and then come and put 3x in the answers. Yes, it's cerebral palsy and it's 6 subjects. Blessings, blessings. So if you see one thing in the question, we will come back and write the correct thing. Real people make that mistake. You just do like your maths if you just copy down the wrong thing. I mean, my handwriting is not Nobel Prize worthy, but it isn't that bad that I can't make out the people making it up. People making it wrong. So make sure and copy down the correct thing for your exams, practicing copying down the correct things for CXE. Alright, so let me look at question 2, worksheet 1. We have to look at the whole of worksheet 2, also worksheet 2 as well. Where do I have this? Where do I have this? Boom, here you are, assignment 19 in all your glory. Question 2, find the value of, oh, people forget how to do binary operators. People, this coming for your exam. Sometimes you really can't make out what you write. This is serious, my type of people. True. That is part of the training, and you never watch them kung fu movie and thing, or you just get extra difficult tasks to do. And by the time you reach for CXC, by the time you reach in CXC, just because you was dealing with my handwriting all the time, when you see the best handwriting, best type thing in CXC, and you just mash up that whole exam. So that's part of the training, people. That's part of the training. So why you all forget, well, some people forget how to do binary operators. This is coming on the exam. High chance of this going to appear in your exams. Okay, so we have to find the value, but then again, a lot of the class wasn't here when we mash up this, of 2 star 1. Not 2 multiplied by 1, 2 star 1. La LMAO excuse. So the funny thing is I got trouble with worksheet 1 and got 3 with worksheet 2. That real funny because worksheet 1 is the easy thing from revision and it's supposed to be mashing up that. Way, and that is easy. Well, some for some people. All right, so negative 2 star 1. Negative 2 star 1. What does this mean, people? This means this star stands for this. So you need to think of negative 2 as being in the position of A and 1 as being in the position of B. So negative 2 star A is really like the 2B take away A. But what is B? B is negative 2. B is 1. You see the arrow here, right? B is 1. Take away A is negative 2. So this is actually being 2 take away negative 2. This is going to be 4. The negatives will bounce up and get 4. Why is in the chat if you remember that and you understand how to do it? The third part was kind of creepy. The third part. Say touching matrix transformation after. I'm not touching matrix transformation today, next week, week after next week. I'm not touching that in a while. In a while. You might see that touch late down this year or next year. We need to do transformation normal first, then do matrix transformation. That's how I teach it. So, you had to hold back your excitement. So we gain some wise. So ways I need for tomorrow. You need matrix transformation for tomorrow. I pray that all is well for you. Alright, so negative 2, and we use the triangle this time. So this is going to be, I'm just going to do it very quickly, 3. Remember it was AB over A plus B. And this is going to be 3 by negative 2, 1 over negative 2 plus 1. What's that noise? 3 by negative 2, 1 over negative 2 plus 1. Am I doing this correctly? I'm getting distracted. People texting. What kind of weird things here? Negative 6, negative 1. So this answer is going to be equal to 6. That is what we're learning next. Yeah, so sit in January. Oh, you sit in January. Don't worry. Don't worry. People who sit in January, we're going to touch the whole syllabus eventually in the crash course. It can be a crash course. It's not going to be like this class where I'm going through and taking my time and talking and having fun and that kind of thing. It's going to be hectic. But you're going to get a little... I always plan to do that for those who are doing it in January so that we'll have... So that we'll have preparation for that. This text really distracting. All right. So the next part of the question was asking which of the operators are commutative. Very few people realize how to do that. So I need to touch on this because I'm going and drop it in the exam in some way. Some way this commutative thing going and pop up in the exam because it's popping up in CXC regular. So we already worked out what negative 2 star 1 was. Commutative means if I change this around and I put the 1 first and I star here and I put the negative 2, I have to get the same answer. If I get the same answer, it means it's commutative. That's all. Commutative means it doesn't matter the order, I still get the same answer. So I'm going to write this and I want you all to show me the working. Especially people who didn't get it out, which would be like a lot of people. So let's just write this back over. We have A star B equal to 2B minus A. A star A. Why is not charging? Charge. Can't cut off now. A star B is 2B minus A. So using this, A was like negative 2 star 1. So find this, then find 1 star negative 2. Find that. So do that now. Find it. If it's the same answer, it means that star is commutative, right? It means that it's commutative. Now, in pure maths, that's not good enough proof, but for maths, that's enough proof. That's enough proof. So if you get the answer working out once, you'll be like, okay, yes, this is commutative. I got it to work out once. But in pure maths, that's not enough proof. We can work out once, one time, and then not work out for the other times. So yeah, just go ahead and work out this. So negative 2 star 1 is 4. We got that just now. Did we get that? Did we get that? Or we get negative 4? Yeah, we got 4. When you work out this, you get 4. And what do we get when we work out this one? This one is going to be 2, and the b is going to be negative 2 this time. Take away 1, right? So this is going to be negative 4, take away 1, which is negative 5. Very good, Jada. So, hey, I remember the name, boy. So this means it's not commutative. It's not commutative. And I designed it like that because this negative sign will stop us from getting a commutative vibe. Alright, let's try with the next one. Why is in the chat if you understand what I'm doing? I know it's kind of all over the place. Why in the chat if you understand what I'm doing? The next one is A triangle B is equal to 3AB divided by A plus B. So we want to use negative 2 triangle 1 and see what this answer is going to be. Then we want to use 1 triangle negative 2 and see what this answer will be. We already got this answer from before. I think it was 6. Where was? Yeah, it was 6. So let's see if when we do it like this, if we're going to get 6 again. And yes, we are going to get 6 again. Because it's going to be like 3. 1 is in the position of E. We have negative 2 in the position of B divided by, I'm just watching here, right? A is here. So this is 1 plus negative 2. So this is going to be negative 6 over negative 1 again, which is 6, which is ye. So it means the triangle is commutative. Anybody got this out? See the people who got this out. I'm going to find the people who get this out specifically and call you out by name, because if you get this out, you deserve a little medal, since people are really struggling with this. 2 part 3. Hey, what is this? Worksheet 1. So I'm seeing Pineapple, Jaden, Mercia. Hold on. Calling the wrong names here. These people are see like, me? I got this out? Me? Alright. Anne, yes, Anne got it out. Karina, Melanin, Poppin. Oh, I seen a good bit of 5s on the top. Everybody who's sending the work pretty quickly got it out. Daryl, Jama, Anne, Sajda, Sadja. I always switching that J and that D. Liz, Jada, Ellen, Amelia, real people, man. But then that was it. Everybody else faltered. So that's not real people compared to the entire 30-something who sent up their homework. So look out for this in the exam. Any questions regarding this? Any questions regarding this? I know the working is a little scrappy. Just work. It's the same work in here. I just put the arrow to indicate that this is where the working takes place, right? Alright, so the next thing we need to look at is a squared. A squared. I'm not even going to look at the question, I'm just going to talk about it. A squared. So it was my sign I forgot. I think I see you get 4. So if I get a squared, what does that mean? Okay, a squared means a times a. 2 squared. So can you do some more, please? Some more of what? This? Okay, well. There's a whole, where you are recent join to the class, there was a, do some more slower. So there's a whole video on this. Keep in mind this is revision, so I don't want to reinvent the wheel here. There's a whole video on binary operators when we're doing binary operators. This just ties in the part with binary operators and the part with commutativity, ties them together. So it's revision. It's revision. But I'll do one more. So 2 squared is 2 by 2. 3 squared is 3 by 3. But in matrices is a little different. So if I have 2, 1, 4, 6, and I say to square this matrix, I can't come now and say 2 squared, 1 squared, 4 squared, 6 squared, and end up with something like 4, 16 to the 6, 1. That's a big fat wrong right there. So don't, so you pronounce the J first, Sajda. Oh, it is Sajda. But I think Sajda indeed. Whoever is your name, if you say pronounce the J first, Sajda. Right, so cool. What really happens here, 2, 1 was the numbers 2, 1, 4, 6. 2, 1, 4, 6 to be squared means you have to do matrix multiplication, not square the individual numbers. You will get it wrong. And that question comes a lot. So don't go and get a big fat wrong there, right? Yes, a lot of people get it wrong. Right? That's why I'm doing this. So 2, 1, 4, 6 to be squared is like this. And then you remember how to do a matrix multiplication, where you have the row by the column. So it's 2 by 2 is 4, plus 1 by 4 is 4, then 4 by 2 is 8, plus 6 by 4. I'll just do it very quickly. 24. You're supposed to know how to do this. Plus 6 and 4 plus 36. So you see the answer is very different here. 8, 32, 8, what is it, 40. So this answer is different than if I had squared the individual numbers. Remember when I square the individual numbers, when I get 4, 1, 16, 36, this is way different. You have to do matrix multiplication when they say the squared. Please, please, please don't forget that. I will try to remember to put that in your exam. Oh, by the way, look out, by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll send a mock exam. Meaning I'll give you an idea of exactly what I'm going to test you on, so you can get to watch it and practice that. And if you feel like you get it around 60 or 70 in that paper, you in a good place for the exam on Sunday, which mark will be recorded. The mock exam, and I will just send the solutions to the mock exams. We're not going to mark that. You don't hand up that or anything. I'm just going to send that mock exam in the group, but the exam is going to be marked. All right, so what I was going to do, I had something very important to do, and I forget it. China thought run through here. Oh yeah, I don't remember. So anybody have any questions from before? Any questions? Let me know. Just looking at the report from assignment 18. Oh, the overtime pay thing. I don't know if you all remember from last week. I think I talked about this. Overtime pay. Watch out. They bring in these questions twice in the last four years or so, twice or 3 times. So look out for this and watch back, review back this. We get some problems with overtime pay. Students perform well on question 1A. Most students struggle with question 1C. They fail to realize that overtime pay could be earned after working for at least 40 regular hours during the week. So remember, it works like this. There's the basic rate, and you do that for how many ever hours? It was 40, I think, in this question. So if the person is earning, if the person do 44 hours, the next 4 hours have to go at the overtime rate. Let's try to remember that. Go back and revise that if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Some students have difficulty with matrix multiplication. We solved that. I addressed that last week. For question 2, not be able to find the right algebraic expression. I address equation. I do that. Most students, right? So that's that. All right. So I'm taking questions now. Any question, any topic you want me to touch on? We have 53 minutes here. I covered everything I wanted to do. I thought this would take 2 hours, but it actually just take 1 hour and 10 minutes. So any specific questions on any topic that we do in math so far that you want us to cover for the remainder of the class? Anything. Actually, anything in mathematics that you want a little tip on. Vectors, you want a little tip on vectors? As in anything? That's songing like that can be out. What in vectors you want to know about? Vectors is not a big topic, but there's some stuff in vectors. Construction, bearings, sorry. Bearings, vectors. That's always the problem stuff. Base. Okay, so I'm gonna do the base first. Base 10 to base 5 because a few people messaged me separately about base. Bearings. Bearings is always the problem. Simultaneous equations. I'm gonna do that second because these are exam topics, right? And bearings and vectors are some large topics. I would also advise that you look at my video on bearings and vectors. I have some sweet videos on bearings and some sweet videos and vectors. I'm very proud of those videos. So go and check out those videos on bearings and vectors. Everything laid out in a nice form, free on YouTube. Bases and areas of sectors, areas of like sectors and circumference of an arc. Since I don't already have anything on area of sectors, I might do that next. Okay, so stop. That's enough. So okay, so let's just track back at bases. Like if you have base 10 to 5, that was tricky for some people. Let's study tips and guides for maths. Right, that was the next thing I had to do. I was forgetting that. So then we're gonna look at, you watched them already? I'm going to look algebra with the two equation inverse direct proportion is equal theorem. I'm going to look at what's the next. I'm going to just peek back at simultaneous equations. And then I'm going to check out, give some tips. In fact, I'm going to give the tips now because I realize the number dropped from 44 to 37. And some people must be saying revision, okay, nothing new. I'm going to take a sleep. I'm going to watch some TV. So let me get the tips first. And then we'll do 1 and 2, okay? So tips, algebra to weighted equation. And if I get time, I'll do the algebra stuff. How often do variations come? I've had the average, I'd say 1 in 3. Not very often. But when it comes, it's common. It's come for good maths. Algebra. So, it's not really, you could pick and choose. So algebra, and now you know it has no options with it. Okay, so let's start with the tips. Tips, people. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at revision? Be honest. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at revision? Scale yourself, rate yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you? So I'll do a question on variation too. I'll do the variation. 5. Variation. 1, 1, 3, 0, 4, 3, 1. I should screenshot this. 5, negative 1, 3. People in the negative. Oh my gosh. 3. Honestly, I should have say, all right, give yourself a little boost. Don't do yourself this. Give yourself a little boost. Don't be that honest. Don't be brutally honest. 3, 5. Thought I was at 8. Seems like I'm at 2. All right. Now, one of my strongest talents as a human being is revision and learning high volumes of work very quickly. I would rate myself 11, 13, somewhere up there. I'm very, very good at this. So you're talking to a professional. I have also been a procrastinator. In some things, I'm still a procrastinator. I'm not perfect, I've also been a procrastinator, someone who is lazy and tired to do work. I've went through that kind of thing. I just happened to be given this gift from above to learn very quickly. Give the talent to me, Nasi. Are you a robot, sir? Lend me the talent. All right. So listen to the tips I have. Um, honestly, honestly, a strong 5. Yeah, 3 thought it was an 8, make a 2 boost. -2 survey. Give the talent to me, Nasi. Must be nice. All right. So you would notice a lot of times I paint a picture. I paint a picture. I paint a picture. What to know? A lot of people, and people realize this, enter into the mathematics and they don't know where, they don't know the head from the toe. They don't know what going on. It's very important that you know what you need to know. I am always recapping. We do this topic, we do this topic, we do this topic, you need to do this topic, still check this topic, and giving things by name. There needs to be, I'm even always drawing diagrams, that's what I say, I still have this to do, and I do this, and that helps me to structure things in my mind. I have this here, and I am a messy person, and yet I can structure my mathematics properly. So it helps me to structure things, and that's very important. So feeling nice. So all you always need to know what it is you need to study. And in this class, we make it very easy. You have it divided up into videos. You have it divided up into videos so you could go through and check exactly what you need to study. Now, I am seeing, I will have to do some guesswork here based on my experience, but I'm seeing some of these kind of errors taking place. People not self-aware. Like they don't realize when they know something and when they don't know something. It's like a false confidence. Let me explain what I mean. So let me say we're doing the simultaneous equations. People will go over and understand back a piece of work, and then when it's time to do the question, they can't do the question because in checking through the question, they're not seeing where the hurdles are. They don't have like an honest, self-aware way of revising. Now to beat that out, and there's a problem with a lot of people, to beat that out, because I see that in schools, I see that in people who are mid-level in maths. To win that, you need to put pen to paper. Put pen to paper. This means conquering laziness and procrastination, which is a whole topic by itself. So you don't need to attack me like that. You need to be able to conquer laziness and procrastination. That is very difficult. Every single week and nearly every hour during the exam, somebody on Instagram has messaged me during the exam season about, sir, how is with procrastination? It's like people drowning and you see a procrastination and everybody like, sir, how is with, I'm dying. Help save me from my own self. I just need to do good. But I just keep procrastinating. You know you have this assignment to finish by Sunday, and somehow Sunday night you're doing the assignment. Texting me and asking me, sir, I'm going to send it in 2 minutes later. And you can still accept it. You know you're supposed to do. Alright. This is one of my strongest secrets for procrastination. No, before I give the strongest secret, hold on, and I'm going to give the strongest secret. I'm going to give what is normally tell you to do. They tell you to increase your passion. Let's talk about the procrastination. Procrastination. They tell you to increase your passion. Be aware of your goals. So you set your goals and you know this is the goals I want. They tell you to write stuff. Write stuff. Then they give you practical advice. Do it bit by bit. I researched this. partner, I sit down and research this during every days. Motivation, yeah, all of that. Not as hard as needing your dream job and can get in it because my goal is not realistic. But do it bit do it bit by bit. Have high goals, keep your goals, them kind of thing. Do it bit by bit. What's the next practical advice is always give you? Start with the easiest. Start with easiest. So all of these work to some extent. Start with the easiest first. Nobody's goal is unrealistic. If I tell you some of my goals are, they will scream. Start with the easiest first. Um, Start with the easiest first. There's one more, and in terms of practical advice that they always give you, procrastination. All right, forget about that. If I remember, I'll tell you. I have a video. I even have a video on this. So these are the usual suspects. But this is for people who does do good and they just need a little push. Just increase your passion, make sure you set your goals, you're right. This doesn't really work if you are a brutal procrastinator. If you have procrastination, don't be strong. If the laziness in you strong, it'll be hard to you would actually procrastinate to do the thing to help you. Yeah. So my big secret before I tell you the big secret for procrastination, let me tell you how procrastination works. This is very important. And I don't think I'm holding back on it. I'm going to let you know the big secret to stop procrastination and you could try it. And you could try it for this week. Procrastination, this is your brain. And you all may have seen this already. Normally, you have the studious you controlling your brain. But procrastination is the wild you, and it generally, during times of importance, takes over and starts to control the brain. And for most people, and that will run very close to the point of exam before panic. The only thing that gets this one out of the driver's seat, driving the wheel, I listen to TED Talk about it, is panic. That is it, TED Talks. So clearly drawing is not your strongest point. So when you panic, the studious you takes over the brain and like, oh God, let me do it. But by then it's too late. It's too late. The panic monster, yes, the panic monster chases this one out, and all of a sudden the studious you is it back in control. Yes, we have the wheels, let's get this studied now. But it's too late. You have such a high volume. This wild man here or wild girl here was overdoing it for so long, you didn't have time to study. So the big secret that I use for procrastination, because I myself I find myself in a place of chronic procrastinating, chronic procrastinating. Nearly failed engineering. My first year, I was really good. Is my second year, my gosh, engineering. Schooling came easy for me. In primary school, I was first at every single exam in the class except one. In secondary school, I did pretty good. Eight ones, no, eight. I did 10 subjects, eight ones, a B and a two. In form six, seven ones and a two. In university, I passed. I did mechanical engineering. First year was a breeze for me. Pretty much the subjects a stalling, and the big secret. Everybody wanted to know how to solve the procrastination problem. And in second year, I crashed out because of procrastination, time management. Man, my GPA goes. So I developed this to help me with procrastination. And don't think procrastination means you are stupid or dumb. Procrastination is actually an indication of brilliance. The smarter you are, the more you could fool yourself. Bright people struggle with this. Fool yourself into thinking that you have more time than you really have. Procrastination is you tricking yourself into thinking you have more time than you really have. You know that, right? So, and that tricking yourself requires intelligence. You are more intelligent than your that this part of you is more intelligent than that part. So here's a real smart then. A real smart. I know somebody that say that. So this is what I use. It's two things. I bite off more than it's three things really. Can chew. I create events and I create accountability. I create accountability. So I need to explain these three things. This is what you would use if you are a chronic procrastinator and you try the usual, do bit by bit. Start with the easiest, follow your passion, make sure you have your goals, write out, create a timetable, all these things. But what about if you procrastinate and even do these things that will help you with the big picture? These three. Bite off more than you could chew, create events, and create accountability. Now, biting off more than you could chew, do not get mistaken. If you try to do a big task, you would not do it. You need to do small pieces. That's not what I'm talking about. Biting off more than you could chew is like this. There was this YouTuber when I now started who told me, because on Instagram, I used to ask people what topics they want me to do, and anything somebody say, I tell them, yes, I'm going to do that. Yes, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing matrices. Yeah, I'm doing a video on this. Yes, I'm doing a video on that. Boom. I used to take off. I used to accept everything. I'm like, yes, man. And a YouTuber telling me, you will get burnout. I told her, if I don't keep accepting these huge responsibilities and pushing myself like this and generating that excitement by biting off more than I could chew, I would start to procrastinate and then I would stop making videos. That's just for me. I realize we're taking time, but this is important. This will help people. So it's important when you attacking your studying, your anything, that you start accepting more responsibility, as crazy as this may sound. Accept more responsibility towards your goals. Yes, I will have this study session with you. Yes, sir, I want to do this project. Yes, I want to do this whole set of homework. Yes, I want to do all this homework here. Yes, sir, give me more homework. This keep biting off more than you chew. And it must tie into these two other things. If it don't tie into these two other things, it will have a problem. So let me explain what these two other things are. Creating events carries the idea that you publicly announce that you are going to do something. You see, this person in your brain, the wild person, the only thing that gets him out of the driver's seat is panic and shame. When you start to panic and thinking, oh God, we're going to just not going to be able to do anything, at least for the really chronic people, and we're just going to not do anything. So we need to hand it over to this person. He knows how to operate. Boom. But it's too late. So you want to create this panic from as early as possible. The way to create that panic from as early as possible is to bite off more than you can chew and create events. So I do that all the time. You may realize this. I always announcing grand things. I'm going to do this exam and thing. I'll look out for this results and this. I'm getting this tutor. I keep announcing it. I'm not doing it in secret to myself. Yes, I have to get this tutor. I have to do this. I have to do this for the group. I have to do this. I announce it and create an event and a date. I always say it will be done by this date. Maybe I may miss the date by once or twice, but the shame of me missing that date and coming back and telling my wife or this person or whoever I told that I didn't achieve this yet is, I don't want to live, I am Cohen Spring, I don't want that to happen to me. So by creating the events, it really helps me, at least in fighting procrastination. I think it can help you too. So like for example, with the homework, I still feel in math, and wait, you switch phones. I don't understand why I'm doing lessons since Form 3 and I still feel in maths. Maybe you're just not naturally fast in maths. So you just need to keep plugging at it. It will take, once you're improving, you're winning, Always remember that. Once you're improving, you're winning. So yeah, back to procrastination. create events. You want to do the homework, let everybody in your house know. I have homework by Sunday, and I have to do this on Saturday. My plan is to do start to talk big. How you kill procrastination is in talking big, and it's very easy to talk big. This while a person could still be in control, and you could still be talking big. I always talking big about certain things that I have to do. Always talking big. And by doing that, it's like I set it up myself. If I don't accomplish it, I will be failing big. And the only thing that really gets this procrastinator out of the driver's seat is the fear that you're gonna fail big, panic and shame. So bite off more than you can chew and create events. And I kind of mentioned this here. Create accountability. You want to, so I do what you said, something, but after going at it so much, I crash and just sleep. I crash and sleep. I can talk a little bit about that too, maybe 1 or 2 minutes about crashing. So yeah, I create accountability by letting people know, and not just stupid people who I know I have no accountability to them. I shouldn't say stupid people, but not people who I wouldn't be accountable. I wouldn't go to my son and tell him, I'm going to do this. I have to go to somebody who I know will call me out if I fail. I'll go to my parents, my auntie, my wife, whoever it will be for you, and tell them I am doing this. I'm going to pass maths. I'm going to pass maths this year. Go on to your pastor and tell them, yeah, I taking lessons with this Cohen Springer. I do my assignments every week. Thing. Once you create that accountability, you're putting this person in panic and shame if they don't do it. And that gets you kicking to your proper person. It's not good to, so this is the big secret. This is the big secret that I use all the time, and everything else follows. Like I always walking around with a small little book like this, and I was writing out everything I had to do, ting. I fail sometimes, but most of the times I keep it. And I write out the most important things to do for the day, stuff like that. That really helps me. That's the next secret. I used to generate productivity and do so many things during the day. You could try it. I don't know, some people already will have their own methods. Some people are doing good, so we should pray before class. Yeah, well, why you have to make me out like that? The crashing thing, let me just quickly talk about that, and I'll quickly look at some of the topics, right? We just have 20 something more minutes. It's not good to crash, so you need to sleep and eat healthy. Some people can do it better than some. Like for me, once I have the passion, like I feel my body just remain healthy. Once I'm doing something I love, I just, even if I'm sick, I still do, right? So, because I usually forget a lot what I need to do. Okay, so it's not good to run yourself to the extremes, but you'll know when you're using it as an excuse, and when it's really crashing. So remember that, man, because I usually forget. I need that share that secret. Why you have to make me up? I need to make me up because I usually forget a lot what you need to do. Right? So a good thing to do now is just talk big. Like after, and a few people do that, and the people who do that do the assignments. A few people tell me, sir, you get an assignment by Sunday. So in their mind, they know they already tell me they're getting it by Sunday. So if they don't give it by Sunday, they know one person will watch them like, you're not keeping your word. And that is one way to to change your mindset. And also, procrastination is a habit. So the more you can interrupt the habit, the better for you. There's one more secret that I think people may find useful. I'm giving away real secrets here. This is how I operate. This is how I operate literally. This is how I operate to do what I do. In the morning, I can give you all a little peep at my timetable. I wake up 4:30 every morning, and I go to sleep usually sometimes 12, sometimes 11, sometimes 10, which is not that good. I would advise get 7 hours sleep. But to wake up 4:30 when I'm not in the habit of doing it, to start waking up 4:30, like you need 2 minutes when I wake up 4:30, I can't do it on my own self. So I use something called the 5-second rule. You can research it. It really helps. So I just, anytime my brain started to think, I will outsmart myself to sleep longer. So immediately, as soon as I get an alarm in the morning, I say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump out of bed and do what I have to do. It sounds real. Anytime I tell people this, it sounds real stupid. But this is what I do, and this is what works for me. And you would be surprised. This very same thing works for millions of people all around the world. Millions of people use the same technique. Highly successful people use the same technique. If they want to start a habit. Now it's easy. I just jump on the bed, people say I'm a morning person and thing. But it comes with practice. It comes with practice. And you already, some of you already know that I'm up very late, but yet some people know me as a morning person. So it comes with practice. At the same time, you know what I'm going on, just as trying to eat healthy, I started gym to try and build back up my energy and my stamina, because every year, right after exam, wait 2 months and I crash because I don't sleep that much during exam. So, and I know I could only do this for maybe 2, 3 more years. As you get older, you have to know yourself. You can't you can't push as much as when you're young, so you have to switch your schedule. All right, so let's see what happening here. You have the A mindset. I start rewarding myself after finishing a schedule. Yes, that's so important. Nobody here is robots. Rewarding yourself is real help. Started. That's good, Danny. I really should start that. Thanks for the idea, Karina. I started Sunday, by the way. You're welcome. Calling you thing. Right. So this is our next. You see what you're doing there? There's a next thing. I don't surround myself with losers. Anytime somebody's a loser and thing, um, I just want to help you come out of your situation, but I don't want to one line with you and let your habits rub off on me. So only highly energetic people or people who doing stuff I surround myself with. I don't follow too much celebrities and them kind of thing. I follow um, people in my field who doing things. So I will always feel like I have to keep pulling up to reach to them. All these things you could use. Let's just touch on some of the topics. I think I mentioned enough tonight. I don't want to fatigue you all with this. Bases. This one is very important because it's coming for exam. Bases. So like if I have to go from base 10 to base 5 to base 5, and I have the number, let's say the number 9. I think this was the question actually. Number 27. And I want to go from base 10 to base 5. What I do, what you have to do. Okay, let's go from, let's make the number, let's just take a little quick revisit. Like if I had the number 7 and I want to go to base 2. Remember what I have to do? 2 into 7, not 4. What's wrong? Excuse me. 2 into 7, 3 remainder 1. 2 into 3, 1 remainder 2. 2 into 1, 0 remainder 1. 2 into 3, 1 remainder 1. Right? So the answer for this is 1, 1, 1 to base 2. You're dividing by 2. So if you want to change 27 to base 5, if you want to change 27 to base 5, it's the same technique, 27, but you're going to divide by 5. 5 into 27 is 5, remainder 2. You're always putting the remainder on the outside there. And 5 into 5 is 1, remainder 0. And 5 into 1 is 0, remainder 1. So the answer is 102 to base 5. Let's just do a quick one to make sure everybody catch that. Change change 27 to change 51 to base 5. So changing number 51 to base 5. Put the answer right here in the chat. Change the number 51 to base 5. I started Sunday, by the way. Calling you Karina weird salty potato again. Oh gosh. It is a lot. I have to rewind that. Kiana. That's me 10 minutes before e-contest. I have to forget to clean. I have to forget to clean. So we should pray before class. Yeah, that's the comment I'm looking for. Yeah, well, everybody should always pray before. I don't need to make it communal. You have to make me like that. I need that to share that because I can. Yeah, so y'all could start holding each other accountable. 201 in base 5. So I don't know why when I want to revise and I pick up a book, I don't know where to start. Well, that shouldn't be a problem for this class. I always say for new people, start from the beginning. You have a whole setting laid out for you there. Just start from video 1 and run upcoming. And then after you've done that before and you understand some stuff and you pick up a book, start from the weakest. Y'all start revising from the weakest. Most people when they start revising is go back and start beating all the most common things they know. You only do that right before the exam. The things you know already to make sure you have the things you know down cork. But all now, so you should just be focusing on your weak areas. Your weak areas should be getting your most attention. Just told my mom I'm getting a 2 in January. See what is your course? Now make sure and tell her you're doing all your homework on time and handing up and you're going to do what you need to do to get it done. Right. So let's just check this 5 into 51. 10, remainder 1, 5 into 10, 2, remainder 0, 5 into 2, 0, remainder 2. So the answer is 2, 0, 1 to base 5. I think we could just try one more of this. Remember, you could go backwards. All right, if I had to change 201 from base 5 back to base 10, this is how you do it. You have the 201, 201, and you separate it like this 5 to the power of 0, 5 to the power of 1. You already remember this 5 to the power of 2. You multiply to suit 5 to the power of 0 is 1. 1 by 1 is 1. 5 to the power of 1 is 5. 5 by 0 is, so this is 5 by 0 is 0. 5 to the power of 2 is 5 squared, right? 25. So this is 25 by 2, which is 50. And you add up 50 plus 0 plus 1, and you get 51. So you end up back with base 10. I just speed it through here. You can go back and watch the entire video on this. Let's just do one more change. 81 to 81 to base 6. So this is 81 in base 10. Change it to base 6. Let's try that. 213. All right, that was quick. So 6 into 8. The message that was distracting me is one of my school friends have a wedding invite to drop for me. So I'm like, what? Man, getting big out here, man. Although I already married too. 6. This is 1, 2, 6 into 21. This is how much by 3. So what's the remainder here? 6 into 21, 3 remainder what? 3? And they get 3 as the first number. Alright, I'm going down the right row. 6 into 13 is 2, remainder 1. 6 into 2 is 0, remainder 2. So you have 2, 1, 3, base 6. It's under Karina's message. So you see my message under Karina's message. So I don't know why when I pick up a book, I don't know where to start. Just so you're frightening me again. I just talk about the same thing. To start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. And if so, you're starting from the beginning of from video 1. That's what I said. And if you already do that already, and you already go through the whole video 1 all the way up, and you already attack the assignments, check out the solutions, then if you're reviewing now, start from your weakest areas. You must be aware of which areas giving you most problems. So don't start from your strongest areas right now. Right now, I want you to approach your weakest areas in the topics we do already. And go online, check out the video, check out books, and get stronger in that. So it's procrastination. And so, well, yeah, it's procrastination. It's procrastination. People laughing. Yeah, it's procrastination. That could be your excuse there. It's sounding actually like procrastination that you describing there when you pick up a book. But you all need to understand, I don't expect everybody to love maths. Sometimes maths is not really a thing, and just the way how society is set up, you just have to bite this bullet and pass maths and then go on to do what you love, right? But you need to get the maths to be able to do what you love. So I just teaching you little tricks and things so you can organize yourself. If it's just a pass you're looking for, 2-1 distinction maybe, right? I love maths. I'm just not good at it. No, that's a real good place to start. That means at least you can do a lot of it, as I say, all the lessons and things. Also, you maybe have some bad habits that you need to work out. All right. So what's the next thing? Let's just do one more topic. Well, one or two more topics. Some people were begging for this variation topic. You all, I did that entire class on variation. I think the simultaneous topic I really did a lot of time on this. We already knocked off all the tips. I just did this. The algebra we did still. So let's look at the variation. Variation, the next word for this is the proportionality question. And you know it could either be directly proportional, or indirectly proportional. Right? Yeah, so right. So proportionality, directly or indirectly. So you have the proportionality, the directly proportional would be like this. I say indirectly, it should be inversely. That was tickling in my mind. Inversely, sorry about that. And the inversely proportional, but I don't care. It's like a kind friend, yeah, not a kind friend, but not by me. I live in a corner, so people is doing all kind of things. So y is this one means y is proportional to x. This one means y is inversely proportional to x. There's a whole video on this, you can go and check it out. But let's check a question. So what they might do is give you something like this, and they will give you like u or v or x or y. Let's say x or y. Sometimes they put the y on top, the x underneath. I think I do all the examples in the last years of the variation questions. So on the long video that we do in variation, check it out. And the short videos that I do on YouTube, between those videos, you'll get all the past paper questions. And there's an assignment with some as well. So how we do this, boy? So like, let me say this was 2, and this was 8, this is 6, and this is 24, and this one is 8, this one is 32, So what will happen is like maybe this wouldn't be here, and maybe this wouldn't be here. So they tell you to find m and n. Tell you to find m and n, and they will say maybe y is proportional to x. So how do you do that? So this is what the information was given. Y is proportional to x, and you need to find m and n. Now, if this is really scary to you, remember we do this already, you can go and check it back. If this is revision for you, ideal. So you write y is equal to kx. Remember the trick here is always to find the constant of proportionality. And you substitute, okay then, you substitute the initial values that you have. So we have 8 as y here, and we have 2 as x. So we can find k now. You understand? K is going to be 4. You can see that because 4 by 2 is 8, or 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now that we know what k is, we can figure out the rest. It's very simple. By the way, this variation question is a very, very, very simple question. It's just you need to know what you had to do. But once you know what you had to do, food, cheesecake. So, alright, so we found out what k is. Now we just write back the formula, and this time we just write 4x. So in this situation here, x is 6. So we're just trying to find what y is. Y is m. So we put m is equal to 4 by 6. M is equal to 4 by 6 is 24. If you remember, this was the answer. So the thing with some of your YouTube videos, you left us with the questions to finish do on your own, but didn't leave at least a solution in the description. Well, yeah, that is true. But when I did those videos a year or so ago, I did post the solutions on my Instagram. So the solutions are for the people back in 2018, right? So a year 2018, right? So the solutions are for them. So they saw the solutions, but now I don't have the solutions, and it just be. So you just had to be like, did I get this correct? But you kind of have an idea if you get it true. And I don't think I ever do this topic. We did variations, Christian. Yes, we did. We did this topic. Oh my gosh, Christian. Maybe I most likely forgot totally. Imagine that. So y is equal to 4x. We start back again. And this time we're trying to find what? What are we trying to find? We're trying to find x. So we just substitute now. So we put 32 is equal to, you all make sure you revise properly so you can give yourself a good idea of where you are at. And x in this case is n. So we can see 4 by what number? N must be 8, right? N must be 32 over 4, which is 8. So you could, that's the answer there. So you could go and check back this variation topic. This is how we do variation. I think I'll call it George. Yes, yours is 32. Normally it's 46, I think was the number tonight, 46 or 48. Alright, so we did a good bit of stuff tonight. I think we're in a nice place. We talked about the last piece of matrices. We did some tips, we did some ideas. We expressed ourselves, and then Josiah asked some scary questions, and we did a bit of variation. And what's the next topic? Oh, bees. So we'll call it George there. 1 minute, 1 hour and 54 minutes. We'll call it George there. Look out for the little mock exams. Keep in mind, when I give you all the mock exams, it's not going to be the exact same topic. It's just going to be the idea of how it's coming. Good night, sir. I'm clocking out here, man. Blessings. So my thing is reasoning, how the question, how to properly reason what they're asking you to do. That's come with practice. That comes with practice of each topic. Later. Good night. Yeah, Josiah, bless up. Matthew, good night. Danny, good night. Good night, everybody. Hold it down. I'll have a blessed night. Josiah has a channel. He had message it there, but YouTube is blocked. Anytime you say check out my channel, YouTube will block your comment. So he said check out his channel. So y'all could feel free to check out Living with Cerebral Palsy. He has a little channel there that he's organizing. So you can check it out, give him some encouragement and tell him stop asking them questions. Alright, so no, Josiah, if you have questions, keep asking. I'm just joking. So, how long do you think an average student, not you, should study maths? It differs for everybody. It differs for everybody. It differs for everybody. So that's a hard question to say. So what I'm doing here is like, I think what I'm doing here is for even below average and above. So these 50 classes with all these assignments, if you start from the beginning and you just follow me right through and you do these assignments and do a little few extra questions, do your revision like that, you should be within 201 zone as a below average student or above average top student, right? So that's it there. That's the recommended. Then the recommended contact hours is 50 or 100 hours or something like that for 50 sessions, 100 hours for CXC maths for the average student. All right, so later, hold it up. Anybody say anything else? Good night. Wow, AG. So, somebody say something. Karina, feel I forget you kill Bob. What? Can't have this that one. You kill it. Yeah, put it you kill Bob. What? That's some inside joke. All right, later. Blessings.